This might be the end, we may not have long. Outnumbered, outgunned, our ships torn asunder. Canopy smashed, but we won't go under. They're too many and we're too few. Is this fight too much for us to break through? With a fire, a light breaks through. We look to each other, we know what to do. Trading kicks daily form our ranks. Together we stand, there's no turning back. Outnumbered, outgunned, our ships torn asunder. Canopy smashed, but we won't go under. They're too many and we're too few. Is this fight too much for us to break through?
Greetings, Commanders, and glory to mankind again. We are back from trick-or-treating, and we have candy for ages at this point in time. And the kids are in bed, so it's time to get the Mandalay back out and see if we can continue our little quest to do a no-hit fight with Hydra with a Mandalay. There's threat 8 right next to here, but it's kind of like in the range of like the gravitational pull of the planet, so it's something I want to try to avoid having to deal with. So I'll hold over instead to this threat 8. It's somewhat out of the way, but not in an unmanageable way. We're gonna do a little loop of shame with our super cruise boost, but we should be almost up there. Let's see. Everything was probably set up for once, miraculously. I think game audio and everything else. Welcome to the stream, Parkinator. Alright, let's see if we find a Hydra. No, I think this is an empty instance with a part with sensor. Let's go to a different. Signal source of class 8. Let's go and find one that's not in a gravity, deep in a gravity well.
From the skies, the sky shines clear and we hold the line. The first Titan's gone, what humanity
might be the only 8 we have, so we might have to roll with it for once.
Humanity's coming, Argoids beware.
Let's see if there's anything around here still or not. 8, guaranteed. It's pretty far, but again, with Super Cruise Overcharge, we should be able to get there in a reasonable amount of time. And it is like 20 minutes left, so it's plenty of time, but it'll take a lot less to get there. Note the fuel efficiency of a Mandalay Super Cruise Overcharge is the best in the game. We'll use speed at around 7,000 light seconds, which is pretty good. Could do another little boost, but we're kind of getting there at this point. Yeah, we're within 6 seconds at this point. We don't want to boost anymore. Switch to combat. So we'll check our overall loadout, which looks good. Fire groups look good. Everything looks good. We are ready for battle. I'm not this guy, which can just be confusing. I have to say we've done a good job with the looks of the ship. It does look pretty cool. We're going to be in almost total darkness because we're very far from the main star here. Which is not a bad thing. Here's a Hydra. This is actually a debris field, but it's a very dark debris field, as you can tell. Alright. Hello there. Alright, flight system off. Ready to engage. Again, the goal is to do this without ever getting hit, ever. Coming back, and it's in a ring formation, so we're gonna start running and re-roll the swarm. It's coming back, it's also still in a ring formation. I'm gonna do the same. Re-rolled again. That is that a ring still? I think it's still a ring, yeah. Re-rolling once more. Let's get a little further out before we... I can't really see, that's a ball. Alright, this we shoot. Or a cone, but anyway, that is something we shoot. It's a spiral. Now let's see, like better range. You know that. Oh, that was a lost, wasted shot. Might be able to get it with, like, nope. That's back to a ring, so, like, well, actually that might not be a ring. It's hard to see from, like, this range. That's not a ring, or it is a ring. But anyway, it's small enough that we can shoot it at this point. Alright, swarm is down. Now for the bigger brother here. Start by cooling off. We're going to be double syncing as we're going with one MLS. Alright, engaging. Got my too far. I have gotten ourselves into a boost orbit situation, which is not ideal here, but it is what it is. Alright. Yellow Goid Chase. 148. 7 more to go. Now we're using basic. No, but we're using basic ammo too, by the way. We are faster than the Thargoid in reverse, even in reverse speed on the ship, so. Gotta give it some additional speed. Swarm launching. That is, I don't know what it is. I think it's a ring, so again we'll re-roll it. Storm got behind the Fargoid, so I gotta let it catch up. This is the ideal range where we want the Storm at, so I'm accelerating reverse right now. I think we're getting some good hits on that Storm. There you go, down. Let's finish synthesizing our heat sinks. How are we doing on ammo? Ammo is good. Ammo's good. Alright, now the only thing is we have to do is make sure it doesn't jump away, so we have to stay within 6 kilometers and keep working that shield down. Heat sinks are fully replenished. The speed of the interceptor is 450, but because it kind of weaves and it doesn't come straight at you outside of a yellow Goy chase phase, it kind of effectively goes a little slower than 450, but close enough. And with that, we've gotten our weapon capacitor all the way back up. Almost. Let's give it a second. There we go. Fully back up. I'll let it catch up a little bit with me. Focusing. Hey Radioactive, welcome to the stream. Welcome Maytalk 1971 to the stream. And 07 everybody. Note that this Mandalay, because it's meant for a no-hit run, alright, shield has dropped, has absolutely no optional internals whatsoever. So it's a bit of a weird build. Alright, getting ready to engage. We're cold as ice. Slowing down. Getting angular velocity. Starting sinks, engaging. Oh, I got hit. I gotta study that one because I'm not sure why I got hit. I think because I got some kind of heat spike with this, like... Oof. Alright. We might keep going, just for the sake of doing a Hydra in the Mandalay and saying that we did it. Right, I want to study like what happened there, because my hunch is I am ever so slightly heat spiking with the charge enhanced power distributor that I'm using right now, which normally wouldn't matter, but because we're trying to do a 100% run with a completely empty ship, it matters in this case. I think we may need to also get some flak ammo before we do our things, because otherwise we're not going to be able to defend the storm. Again, we will re-roll it. What is it doing? Let's also get some heatsink ammo here. We gotta speed up backwards because that interceptor is gonna be on us soon. Re-roll it again because that's a range one. Oh, I'm not in quite assist off. That's what's happening. Alright, I think we got enough distance. I have no idea how I managed to avoid incoming fire. I guess at that range with that angular velocity I managed to somehow... I don't know. That's another thing I need to study of this video. Right. One thing is without question is the ship handles well. Alright, come on back. Still a ring. Go on our way. Come on back. That's a ball, and we are shooting it. Or spiral, but anyway, we're shooting whatever it is. We'll also need to synthesize ammo at this point for our Gauss cannons. That should be a direct hit. And that was a direct hit. Alright, let's reduce our range a little bit. Get some pips to weapon, otherwise drain that distro. Alright. Finish with our heat sinks and then we'll do ammo. I'm rechargé. Alright, let's get... Oh, I actually don't have a lot of ammo synthesis. But it's fine. Helly did a Hydra with Mandalay earlier today where she focused more on overall ammo efficiency and precision of orbiting, whereas I'm trying to avoid damage here, so we're trying to do this in kind of two different ways. I haven't seen the full fight, but I very much look forward to watching it, and I would suggest you watch it too, because like, Helly is an incredible pilot and something that someone who's like flying generally always inspires something new to learn. I think the shield is down. Yep, the shield is down. Alright, let's cool off. Prepare for our little dance here. Alright, party on. When this comes off boost, it is freaking hard to turn. Alright. Starting to get the hang of like how this ship flies, which is pretty unique, I want to say. Similar to a chieftain, but with even more yaw. Somewhere in between like agile alliance ships and even more agile smaller ships. Swarm is inbound. I gotta get some speed here. Swarm is in a good formation, I think. So we are gonna shoot it as soon as it's clear from the interceptor, which it is not right now. Alright, now it's coming. Alright, off we go. Again, I thought I was in flight assist off, but I wasn't, evidently. I lost my canopy. That was a beginner mistake. I kind of feel like I also want to go and get, I'm actually going to go level myself up, because I want to get a weapon focus power distributor for the ship and do it so that actually I can bonk. Thank you, Rick, for your kind words. I appreciate them. Appreciate them. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to equip a scoop and FSD range booster, and I'm going to see if I can bring myself to power distributor engineer. I wonder what's the closest one here. Fitting. Fuel scoops. So we got a 6A fuel scoop. Nice. And we should have. I always keep FSD boosters on hand in various sizes, as they are always handy for this very reason. I'm not gonna bother changing up the things except for a power distributor, which I will drop onto the carrier, but in order to do that I need to go and buy a 5A power distributor to actually engineer. I'm glad you like it, Recast. It was a fun project to make this music. Let's go to Inara and see like who. I don't know if I want to go all the way to Shindaz. Search nearest. Can you buy a 5A power distributor at the dweller space? I actually don't know that. Let's see if I can find a place that actually sells. Outfitting. Let's see if there's like a quick outfit. 5. I am not pledged, and I do not plan on pledging anytime soon. It's a good suggestion though, thank you. So according to this guy, the closest place that has a 5A power distributor is now only Beaufort Edition. Or there's like a discounted one and a bunch of like places like feed in. More is on the progress. Alright, let's hop over there. Punching ring. Should be 6 jumps or so. Yeah, Glory to Power Metal G&D. It was inspired by the likes of like Dragon Force and similar power metal bands. Don't lock me, don't lock me. Thank you. Cool. So the thing about a weapon-focused power distributor, though, is it'll be even more jumped when it comes to system recharge and when it comes to the ability to boost if needed, which hopefully won't be needed because I'll be flying flawlessly. But it is something that is a major trade-off for this ship that I'm only doing for the purpose of doing this 100% run. Otherwise, I would not be doing. Yeah, I agree. It's nice to have new ships every now and then to give a twirl. Like, this is clearly an exploration ship, and I think it'll do pretty well as an exploration ship, which is what it is designed for. So it's kind of a bit of an unfair task to put it through the paces of a Hydra fight, but it's also the kind of thing that, you know, it'll tell you a lot because we have so much reference in terms of experience fighting Hydras with other ships that it should be telling us quite a bit about the ship itself. And how it actually handles in a real world scenario, which so far I have to say it handles well. It handles really well. The ship flies very, very, very well for a medium. Did I turn off my fuel scoop, or am I just happening to be in stars that look like they're scoopable but they're not? I think that's the latter. This is new, or not? Why have I never noticed it? It is new. Security level, population, dockable ports. Huh. Interesting. And far too strong. We might not have long. Alright, where are we going? To around Orbis, Pension Ring. This is the place. So the thing about modules and Inara is not universally correct about modules. So like, there's a decent chance, but there's no guarantee that we'll find a 5A power distributor at Pension Ring. Which is why generally I will head to Shindes instead, because there it is guaranteed to find the modules, but but it's fine. Forgot I don't have a super cruise assist, though. I should have put that on too. As a reminder for those who are just joining the stream, we're going to pick up a 5A power distributor, and then we're going to go engineer it for weapon focused, and then we're going to head back to our Hydra activities and the Pleiades. Wait, I think there's a decent number of commanders parked on the Noah, which has been on the front lines for a while, and now I've hijacked the carrier to move to a Pleiades for this little activity, so hopefully I haven't kidnapped too many people down to a Pleiades. Alright. In we go. ship really does handle well. It's very much a pleasure to fly once you get the hang of it. Although, again, it is kind of unique in terms of how it handles. I'm still getting the hang of it, so I still haven't really gotten the hang of it. Look at that docking with keyboard and mouse. Alright, let's see if they have the 5A power distributor. For thrusters, well, thrusters is, in my mind, very much a no-brainer on this ship. It's 30 drive with drag drives. I think that one is not really a controversial one. We have one. That is exciting. And then we're gonna get rid of the core internal, which I accidentally just stored because it's a waste of space, and module space is at a premium. So we now have our power distributor. We gotta go engineer it. And to engineer it, we're gonna go to whoever does +5 PD, which I think is the Dweller. The Dweller does 5+5 engineering, right? Let's see by distances of who is closest to me. The Dweller, yes. And weird. Alright. It does take also some adjustment because like the wings are wide for a medium, so like it's kind of very possible to clip into things if you're not careful. Would you go with clean drives if you were building this for a Titan run, or is that totally off? So that is totally off. In fact, there was a bit of a debate with Commander Ricardos about it. I'll link you the video where I explain that in a lot of detail, in more detail, and with charts and data, so that you can actually form your own opinion. By the way, as part of the process. As done a bit of talking about, since you appreciate research, you'll see that this one has a lot of research. Let me just switch to not crashing into this star, and let me copy and paste the link to this video. That is an explanation of why the Mamba is many things, but one thing it is not is a Titan bomber. It's a pretty decent fighter though, like just practicing it. I think the key highlight of this ship as a fighter is not that it is good in absolute terms, because there are in absolute terms better fighters. Like the Chieftain is a better medium fighter and the Crate is a better heavy fighter. It's like no, I don't think that's really debatable. Although it depends again on what you're trying to do, so I guess it is debatable to a degree. Am I where I need to be? Am I where? No, I'm jumping to the next one. No. But one of the reasons we often recommend the Chieftain to start one's career in anti-xeno combat, which is generally solo anti-xeno combat, is because it's much easier to use than the Crate Mark II. And I can see there being an argument that this ship is even easier than the Chieftain to fly. Although I have to say, the armament setup is not as straightforward, because the Chieftain with its Class 6 power distributor can effectively power 2 medium and 2 small Gauss cannons. It can't really sustain them indefinitely, but it can sustain them for long enough that most people, especially those who are starting out, won't even notice the difference. The Mandalay with its Class 5 power distributor unfortunately cannot do that, so it's a bit of a different story. like, you do get even more agility on the Chieftain, but you trade a lot of firepower. Like, that is true also in the jump from a crate to a Chieftain. Like, you do trade a degree of firepower moving down from a crate to a Chieftain, but you trade a lot of agility at that point. So I can see there being like a few school of thoughts developing here. Like, some will say, well, the Chieftain is agile enough and it can do more damage, so should still be a kind of recommended ship. But I can also see another school of thought emerging, saying, hey, the Mandalay might not hit as hard as the Chieftain, but it's a lot easier to fly, even than the Chieftain. So should this be the beginner ship? I don't know. Certainly not convinced yet to kind of like make such a bold statement, but I think it will be an interesting conversation over the coming weeks. It's like weird lighting. See how like a ship lights look like. I haven't looked at those yet. Toot-toot-um. Toot-toot-toot-toot-toot-toot-toot-toot. Oh, see, this is what I say when you can clip because your wings are wide. Your wings are wide. All right, let's put some weapon-focused engineering on that distro. In doing this, we also need to change the pips configuration of how we fly, though, because that 0.5 pips insist that we had before on a charge enhance is not going to be sufficient to fire all the things we need to fire to kind of do what we're going to do here. We're going to need to put a full pip insist to sustain our distro, because our capacity is lower and our recharge is dramatically lower. So weapon focused distro has a lot of compromises. Like, if you can avoid using a weapon focused distro, you should almost always avoid using one. Like, the only reason I'm using it right now is to deal with heat spikes. Literally the only one. And because I'm doing something a bit of a crazy thing, so do not try this at home. And we're gonna put super conduits. Alright. We need to do anything else over here? No, laser is fine. I think we're done. Yeah, I think we're done. Alright, now we have a weapon focused power distributor. Let's try out a few things. I'm gonna pull out the calculator again, which is the Excel spreadsheet we use to sort of like do a lot of our theory crafting, which is something that started from a project of something I created, which was okay, but it was far from great, and it was also full of errors. And then our resident physics professor, Commander Oro, drew in and said, Commander Meccan, your math is horrible. Let me fix it for you, please, because I can't stand how bad your math is. And I said, be my guest. Thank you. Go on right ahead. And he made a miracle of a freaking miracle of a spreadsheet. I'm actually bring it on stream and show you. It's really that good. Just maybe get out of here and start the jumping process. That's going to take a while. And then figure out how you can do that. Alright, here we go. Let me do a new. I have a Firefox open. Why do I have a Firefox open? What do I have now? Oh, it's the wrong screen. Alright, this is it. This is the. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to jump in the background, but I don't think you need to. You're going to feel left out if you don't see me jumping 6 jumps back to Asteroid. I think you know the route back to Asteroid, but at least most people on the stream know the route back to Asteroid without needing to see it live. So this is the calculator. You see I'm targeting a Hydra using basic ammo on a range of 1500, and I have 2 medium and 2 small gauss staggered 2 and 2. I have a staggered delay in between the 2 shots of 1000. I'm selecting an Imperial Clipper because I don't really have a Mandalay in here. Yes, Macedon, the kids have candy for like a month I want to say for a year. Like they came back with this. I mean, we all came back with this humongous bowl of candy. And by the way, we did so while they were eating candy all the way along. So, like, yeah, lots of candy. A wonderful experience, by the way. It's such a nice community thing. It's just one of just beautiful battling moments and just wonderful, wonderful experience. But they're now asleep, so we're back in the Mandalay and trying to shoot things. Oh, the dad tax came into effect. I'm not a big candy eater, in addition to also trying to lose weight. So combine the two, and yeah, candy's not really the biggest thing for me. But let's go back to this for a moment. So we have a firepower distributor. That's checked. Now we switched it out because like this is where I think kind of like the heat spikes are kind of getting close to being out of control in this configuration that I had. Now we swapped this out to a weapon focused one, and with super conduits this should have moved. Yeah, there you go. This updates everything. So now we have like a slightly slower fire cycle because the weapon focused power distributor has actually lower recharge compared to the charge enhanced one. I know that sounds weird, but it's true. And now our spikes are only to 13%, so these are a lot more manageable. So with this, we've effectively fixed our spike problem, but we've introduced two other problems. We introduced the problem of having to have system capacitors, so we will need to put a pip in sys. And we introduced the problem of not really having the ability to boost more than once if we ever need to. So we'll have a boost as an emergency thing when we need to skedaddle and get out of there, but we're not going to really be able to boost orbit the way we were boost orbiting with the Mandalay before. So that means we're going to need to fly even cleaner than I was flying a moment ago, which is good. It's a good challenge, especially since the ship can do it. So not being able to do it is entirely a skill issue on my part. So, and that is something I know how to fix. So that covers probably what we have this calculated for. I'll take it back and jump back to the world of Asterope, which is like a few jumps away. And not really Asterope, by the way. I'm hunting in the so-called Pleiades Zoo, which is Pleiades Sectors MIS B40, which is the most popular system among commanders who are hunting Medusas and Hydras, because it's a system that has, for whatever reason, a plentiful spawn of those interceptor variants. Alright. In terms of heat, this is not exactly a dolphin, right? But it looks kind of okay. I mean, not majorly overheating while finishing up scooping. That's interesting. It's worse than the DBX is my hunch, but not that much worse. Good compression. Alright, now with this though, again, we gotta configure our pips so that we have the 114 pips that we talked about. I also want to try a few things in terms of like how fast this ship is firing. Once I get to my carrier, I'll try a few things down there. But now we need to switch our pips macro so that it switches on to 114. Like, the thing about 114 is that it also makes the ship less agile, but my hunch is this ship will still be able to kind of dance even with a single pips and engine, but we shall see. We shall see. Around is led through the storm of death, caustic clouds. Alright, 114. I think we got our pips right. 114. We're good on pips. Alright, that's the last jump to a zoo. And then we go back to action. this system I'm jumped into, like, if there's ever colonization and we have access to colonization in the Pleiades, this is probably the sector I would go for it, personally, because it's such an iconic system as far as, like, people's progression in their antique xeno careers. That being said, who knows how colonization is going to work, so it's way too premature to speculate on how that was going to work. The Starlands and Terra closed in. Alright, let's go. Pulse neutralize is brought to us in time. Titan's so big, a threat so profound. I have to say, oh wow, I'm not paying attention to the look in the squad. I'm really impressed at the Xenostrike Force in this round because Xenostrike Force Squadron is really tiny. Like, we have 29 members. However, look at this. With 29 members, we are squadron number 7 of defense. This is 29 people. And I haven't even turned in my own bonds. Like, man. I am really impressed by our group. Alright, let's do some testing while we're here now. So, why are mods deactivated? Oh, because I have the frameshift drive booster and a bunch of stuff I'm gonna turn off when I get to my car. So, let's like just simulate a little bit like how the orbiting here is gonna work. So it's like, let's see how heat sinks work, double sinking, and the stagger piece, which I actually would love to try with my hour stagger setup. So give me a second here. Try here. Let's try. Spike, which is higher than predicted because the heat capacity of the ship is gonna be lower than what it was, and it's gonna be higher than what its current selected, which is the Clipper. But the heat spikes are manageable, and it spikes to 17% roughly, or 18%. Alright, this is decent. Let's see if we can up our fire rate a little bit. Let's see how that goes. Alright. Alright, now I accidentally triple synced, so this doesn't really count for anything. Like, proper double syncing. Let's see if like we are draining our distro or we're sustaining here. Spiking to 20%. This is fine. It's a bit risky, but not to a point where it's like gonna be a game breaker. So. Alright, let's bring the ship to dock, get rid of the stuff we don't need, and then we shall head into battle. Coming in hot. Bonk. Little bounce landing. About jumping to the Pleiades is they're pretty far, so it costs quite a bit of fuel from a carrier standpoint. Not that it's an issue, but it's like just an odd general observation. Alright, let's get rid of the unnecessary baggage we're carrying here. And with that, I think we are... Can I replace your planetary suite? No, I can't really. I was like, one way go could. Alright, I think we are good to go. Weapon focused. Okay. I mean, you could downsize the fuel tank, but at this point we're already at minimum thruster mass, so going further down in terms of tonnage of the ship does absolutely zit. Like, you can see the maximum thruster mass, sorry, the minimum thruster mass. I think you should be able to see it in thrusters, yeah. 367 tons. And if you look at the stats of the ship, I'm running 369 tons. Okay, well, not completely optimized. It could lose 2 tons here. Not that it matters again, but it could lose 2 tons. This irks me in like a disproportionate way. Like, I'm just 2 tons above minimum mass. Should I downsize the fuel tank and lose the... No, I would lose the pre-bought fuel tank. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do it. It does irk me in some like unreasonable way. I'm almost tempted to put just that small beam laser to get the weight, but then I would kind of lose DPS, and it's really not worth it. Like, this is handy to kind of accelerate the decay of the Hydra's shield, so I'm just gonna live with... I know it's difficult, but I'm gonna live with it for once. And alright, I think we're good to go. Let's see how the ship handles on just 1/5 in engine. It's not gonna be as great as it was earlier, but it should be okay. Woo! Again, as a reminder, the goal is a hitless Hydra. Killing a Hydra without getting hit ever. Not by the swarm, not by the interceptor, not by shooting flak in my own face. Speak as if that never happened. And the litmus test is going back to your carrier, and when you dock, the screen shows basically you're not able to repair, because if you mouse over it says fully repaired. It means you've taken no damage. That is sort of like proof at the end of the fight. And obviously you try not to crash into the carrier at that point, because it would be disappointing if you did. Let's see what we got here. 2 Medusas and 2 Hydras. Now see why I'm telling you this is called a Hydra Zoo. Like, 3 Hydras and 2 Medusas and 5 signal sources. Or, like, only Medusas and Hydras in all the things I collect so far. Another Hydra. This is why this is called a Hydra Zoo. No guaranteed Hydras though, so I guess let's go to that one 30 clicks away, 30 light seconds away. The best thing about Super Cruise Overcharge is how quickly it gets you out of gravity wells, which before this took freaking forever. And it's a highly desirable trait. Alright, here we go. Hydra is on the way. Again, that's not a guaranteed Hydra, so it could be a Hydra, but it could also be an empty instance. We looking good here? I think so. Alright. Now Hydras fall with grace and speed, combats the breeze, we make them bleed. And as I mentioned, this is an empty instance with just the target sensor. It's another class, there's another threat, 8 somewhere around here. Alright, where is the 8? Here. Alright, that was a little bit too much. Do a dip of shame, which is better than the loop of shame, but pretty soon. Alright, fingers crossed for roll the dice. See if we can get one of those green salads to show up. How much synthesis do I have? 23, which is 5 full loads, plenty. And how much Heatsink synthesis I have 96. I should have gone to a Guardian, to a material trader while I was out in the bubble, but too late for that. No big deal. We have more than enough of what we need. Alright. And here's our salad. I want to... Oh, wow. Tap, 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 tap. I want to drag it away from the green cloud because when the swarm is on the green cloud, it's impossible to tell the swarm's formation. Like, for whatever reason, the lighting is just weird. So... Swarm is on its way. I gotta really pay attention to being flight assist off because... What's going on there? Oh, it's too far. Come back, come back, come back, come back, come back. Slowing down, I'm here. Now speeding up, like, you're too close. I tapped you though. That's a ring. I don't like rings, so... Go and re-roll for me, shall ya? Thank you. That's also a ring. Another one I don't like. Re-roll again, see what we got. Is that a ring? A ring, it's a ring. Roll again. That is a lot of rings in a row. Let's see if we got something other than a ring for once. It's hard to tell what that is because it's in front of it going. I think that's still a ring. That is still a ring. Tap, tap, tap. Mod for teeth. That is another ring. Gosh, that is the most rings I've got in a row, like, ever. Alright, go away, come back. That is... See, that's the thing, it's impossible to freaking tell when it's, like, straight on the green thing. Let me try and kind of get it. Oh, there you go, that's a ring again. Oh, it's a lot easier to see. That is a cone. Alright, let's hit it. That was a lot of rerolls to get a cone. The one annoying thing about not carrying a scanner is you can't really tell like how much damage your shots are doing. Not that it matters, like when Storm is dead, Storm is dead. But it's nice to see the number go down as you kind of land a really good hit. Satisfying. Oh, come on. You're almost dead. Ah, there you go. No. No, less the almost. Alright, now let's see how this ship handles on only one pip to engine. Going off. Alright, dead cold. Switching to Gauss. And we dance. I'm stalling hard here. That was somewhat lucky or good. I'm not sure what it was because I see myself stalling hard there and I was like, man, I get hit here, but I didn't get hit, which is nice, but I don't know if I can ascribe it to skill or luck. Get myself out of like lightning range. Again, the good thing is the ship is faster than the interceptor, but I am still too close for comfort, so I can boost myself out of here for once. Close is fine, but not that close. Here to defend. Alright, now we're outside of cannon range at last, finally. Like, just outside of cannon range is fine, because, like, man, we can always control range against the interceptor with a ship, so. Swarm is a ball, nice. Or is it a ball? Where the hell is it? Hard to see again. Yeah, it's a cone, it's a cone spiral. Some people call it cone, people call it spiral. Glory to mankind. That is a ring, though, and I don't like rings. Come on back. That is something other than a cone, than a ring. So we like it. No, that is a ring, actually, still. Reroll, come on. I just tapped the gourd, so it's going to take a little longer to reroll. Right. That is still a ring. So again, these are the rings. That is anything but a ring, so hit it. Where is it going? Oh, it's gotten in the way of the interceptor, that's what happened. I see now, I see. I tapped the gourd because I don't want it to re-roll and change formation. I want it to stay in that formation. Ah, no, never mind. It did roll away. It's annoying. I did land a couple of good shots there. I want to stay close on this guy. Keeping it's just such a waste of flak ammo. Like when I can get this such a big different distance of it. Oh come on! I had you there. Like the longest storm flak like ever. I think it actually restocked. That's what happened. How much flak ammo do I have now? I got enough for another turn of this. Alright, come on. Now we gotta take you down. This guy is close enough that you shouldn't be flying away at this point. I'm gonna slow down for good measure because I don't want to lose you at this point for real. Stay on me. I got him. Finally. Oof. She was still up, by the way. Hydra shield timer is 5 minutes and 19 seconds. Unless you battle it down with a beam or something else, then you can shorten it pretty significantly. But in this case, we haven't. How are we doing on ammo? Ammo's very good. So ammo's good. Saw your question duel forever, but now is the time to go for an attack run, so I'll answer it after this hard is done, if you don't mind. Alright, let's get ourselves into position. Pips to weapon. Sinks are ready. Switch to Gauss. Sinking, firing. Good insertion. Very good insertion. I got a boost. Ah, too late. when it comes off boost, it becomes like a freaking brick of a ship. Ooh, it is hard. Ah, this is the brick of a ship I'm talking about. Alright, we got hit once, but I mean, we'll keep going. Again, let's get a Hydra in the bag, and I don't know if I have enough ammo to kind of do another round. Like, we had 54 earlier. 54, it's 26. It's very close. If I don't screw up, I might be able to do it if I kind of be very, very careful with my orbit. Yeah, let's try it. Bit of a challenge. Worst case, we fail. Failure is good. Teaches you a lot. How are we doing on flak ammo, more importantly, because that is going to be almost dead. 9 rounds, yeah, we need more flak. Oh, come on. You were in a ball. Why did you go away from too far? That's why. I'm also not with pips and engine, which doesn't help. I gotta speed up quick here. Alright. Look at me. There you are. Alright. Did you see that? The interceptor gonna like deflect the flak round for save the swarm. That was funny. Too early. Alright, almost out of ammo here. We got the swarm though. We're good. Alright, now we have to kind of really watch our ammo if we're gonna do this without synthesizing ammo now. I'm gonna make those shots count, but it should be fine. Let's synthesize. Also some flak ammo while we're at. Now's the time to kind of like just beam it. I'm rechargé. Let them feel our might at danger speed. We lead the fight. So, Duo Forever, you were asking, is there a reason you wouldn't use silent running and keeping heat under 100 rather than keeping it under 20? Well, yes, there is a reason. The reason is when you fire your weapon under silent running, the heat generated by a weapon fired under silent running is multiplied by a factor of 4. Which means the moment you pull that Gauss trigger, you're going to spike to 120% heat, and the moment you finish your volley of like 4 Gauss rounds or whatever, you're going to be at 200% heat. That is why you don't want to do it. And since the attack runs on this Hydra take quite a bit of time, not like you can just, do 2 volleys, take heat damage, and get out of here, especially if you're trying to do a 100% run. You just can't do it that way. The only situation where it kind of makes sense to fire weapons in silent running is if you have weapons that are incredibly heat efficient. And I'm thinking like the standard enhanced gimbal, large enhanced multi-cannons, or the even legacy ones that have really low thermal load. Those weapons you can fire in silent running because their heat thermal generation is so low that you can do it. But they're almost the only weapons that you can do that with. I think I'm forgetting something. I'm not sure what I'm forgetting. So I have flight assist, I have pips and eng in web. I have synthesized everything except ammo, which I'm doing deliberately. Again, I'm going to be very careful with my ammo here to make those shot counts. I'm going to delay opening fire until the interceptor is well within range. Alright, the shield is gone. As you can see, there's no more blue dots, which means it's time to engage. So let's do just that. improving our skill issues here. And firing. I'm being very careful to stay within the 1.5 kilometer range here to do maximum damage with my weapons. Yes! Nice. 3 hearts with 1 load of basic ammo. Not too shabby. And no damage this run. This is how you should fly the ship. This is how you should fly the ship. Pips an inch. Not get too far. Slow down. Do I have Gauss rounds? Yes, I do. I need heat sinks again. Let's get those. Alright, storm's coming. And now we have to, that's a ring, have to majorly speed up backwards. Reroll, that's good. Again, our heat sink while we're at it. Storm's coming back, slowing down. That is, no, Storm is not coming back. Where is the Storm? Storm! What happened to a Storm? Where did the Storm go? Did the Storm just disappear? Does anybody know what happened to that Storm? Oh, it's down there. Is it down there? Is it that far behind the interceptor? Oh man, it is. Wow. That guy went way behind it. Way behind it. It's like 4 clicks behind it, to a point where it's not even kind of coming at me because it is so far behind it that it hasn't even targeted me. And I gotta get myself to kind of an angle where it does target me, otherwise I'm not gonna be able to shoot it. Like we are at... Alright, now it's coming my way. I think it's in a ring formation, so let's see if we can let it re-roll. Fly towards the interceptor. Should be coming towards it at this point, yeah. Try again. That is a cone of spiral. At 7 clicks we fire. Alright, firing. Ship turn asunder. Wow, that thing is far. It was a bit of a flick shot that wasn't perfect, but it should be good enough. Got some good hits in there. That swarm should be kind of down to a very small number at this point. And that's what we got in there. There you go, dead. Alright, swarm down. I lost count of how many hearts I've done, by the way, at this point. 3, I think. That means I need ammo. This time I really need ammo. There's no skirting it. Alright, 440 seems to be the sweet spot where I kind of like doesn't gain nor lose distance, really. It does lose distance at 435, maybe. 444. Yeah, this is good. 434. Alright, let's get some ammo back. shields are down, so as soon as we have our ammo back, we are gonna go back in. Should get some flak ammo too while we're at it. Alright, pips are good, sinks are good, ammo's good, guns are good. Let's go. Go, go, go. I do something similar to what I did earlier, because it kind of worked pretty decent. I'm gonna try repeating it. They ain't broke, don't fix it. Sinks, firing. Alright, that was decent. Slow down. Alright, stay within 6 clicks. Oh, look. Let's get some of our sinks back again. As you take hearts down, the heart gets easier and easier. I should put some pips in web if I'm going to fire my weapons. What do you guys think? Let's get some range. Not too much range though. Alright, it's coming. It's ironic because this guy is coming in a ring. Go away. Also lose some range. Reroll. Alright, so far so good. Tap, tap, tap. Alright, ball formation. Luxury. That threatens death. Alright, it's almost done. That should be a final shot. Alright, cool. Keep beaming and let's get our sinks back. We're honor bound. Noob question, how do you make the swarm change formation? If you have a few seconds to answer, of course, Julian. Well, of course, delighted to. I tap silent running. When you tap silent running, the interceptor loses your heat signature and loses the lock on you. After just a few seconds, it will recall the swarm towards it. If you, at that point, untap silent running, it will reacquire your heat lock and send the swarm back to you. But as it does that, it re-rolls the swarm formation. That's how you re-roll the swarm. Like next time I fight the swarm on the next heart, pay attention to the bottom right of my screen. You'll see I tap on and off silent running. How's the distro holding up? Very poorly. In fact, I had to switch to a weapon focused one to not heat spike on 2 medium, 2 small gauss. To do a hitless Hydra, which so far is a 1-hit Hydra, which is still fine. It's been an interesting fight so far. I'm learning to fly the ship, so it's doing okay. The Mandalay. What's the Mandalay like? Incredibly agile. It flies incredibly well. Like, if it had a bigger distro, it would be the ultimate fighter in the game, I would say. But alas, it does not have a bigger distro, and so it is severely constrained by its small power distributor, which is, I think it's a fair balancing act and a fair balancing trade, I will say. But it is, especially with regards to smaller interceptor variants, an incredibly capable fighter. Shield is still up. So I keep doing it. Maybe we should do some dancing. We need a song about the Mandalay now. Shield is down. You see the shield, the green pop from the shield down. Alright, so I'm gonna get some distance because like I don't like being at 4 clicks when I begin my orbit. Like, I want to be at least a 5 or 5.5. And then we can initiate an orbit insertion. That's a kind of ideal direction. I don't think this is fine enough. My system is charged, everything's charged. Alright, let's do it. We are cold enough, I think. Yep, we're cold enough. Switching to Gauss. And slowing down because we're going way too fast here. Sinks. And fire. This is now a 2-hit Hydra. He got me there. My orbit stalled again. That was an entire skill issue on my part. Note I have no MRP, so my canopy is already pretty badly cracked. Alright, let's get some heat sinks back. How are they doing on Gauss ammo? We have enough for at least one more heart. The canopy is like pretty badly smashed. Here's a trick that you may or may not know about, by the way. If your canopy is smashed, you can turn on night vision and you're gonna get your HUD back. Did you know that? Did you know that turning on night vision gives you your HUD back when your canopy is smashed? Where is the swarm again? Behind the interceptor again. Somewhere. Well, there it is. I see it. That's a ring, I think. See, I can get myself closer to it. Like. There it is. Alright. These are coming on to rest. That's still a ring, I think. Yeah. It's a ring. See how I toggle sign running on, off, and the swarm comes back. That's still a ring though, so off, on, sign running on again. Swarm flies away, sign running off. And now it's in a ball, and now we shoot it. I think they might actually hit that, or it was close to hitting it. I don't know. Those balls, I make my stand. Oh, swarm's down. How are we doing on seat sink ammo and other stuff? That's fine. Black is fine. Gauss is fine. Everything is good and fine. Except the distance. The distance is not good and fine. I gotta close distance quickly. When the swarm is gone, unfortunately, it lacks the mechanism to hold it from jumping away right away in case it loses thermal lock on you. So it's important to get close if a swarm is not up and keep a beam on it so that this thing doesn't jump out on you. Yes, Gurpiter, we made it. This is a song we published on Spotify. You can see it in the bottom right of the screen. And since, you know, we're just chilling, finding a Hydra here, I'm gonna go and copy and paste the link to this thing in the chat while I... Where is it? Like... Oh, here. Share, copy song link, go back to the thing. Let me just pay attention to it. Oh no, it's jumping away. Let's see if I can... Oh, I got its attention. Woo! Thank goodness. So now we're gonna go start running and boost this way. Wow, that was close. But I still wanna send you that... Let's slow down here. I still wanna send you that link about Spotify. I made it. There you go. Alright, cool. You're welcome. I think it should went down in the meanwhile, which is great. See, the multitasking, copying, pasting, going websites, going Spotify, while fighting Hydras. Why not? I mean, without any optional internals whatsoever on the ship, alright. Alright, ready to engage. Sinks. Fire. Question now, important question is, do we have enough ammo to do another one? 23 rounds, is that enough or not? Is it enough or not? How much do we have before this turn? It might be enough. It might not be enough. Should we try it? Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's be bold. Let's be bold. Oh, let's get sinks back though. Swarm launching. 5 kilometers, 5 to 6 kilometers is the ideal range in which the swarm launches in my experience. It's not too close and not too far. And then it's coming to me as a ball, which is great. Like, but no, it went away. That's so sad. Come back, come back. Still no ball. Yes, glorious ball. Glorious, glorious ball. Couldn't see him. Was dispersed. This song is about the arrival of Tyrannus and the initial phases of the fight. It's called Turning the Tide. Alright, here we go. Humanity speared. We want to avoid synthing 2 more heat sinks. I think we can avoid doing it. Since we don't have a lot of ammo, we gotta be precise. Might as well. How does ship rank so far as a Fargate killer? It ranks decently, I want to say. It ranks together with the agile light ships, which I mean, it's like I would call it the Imperial Courier of mediums. Like, it's light, it's got an undersized distro, but it's got incredible agility and handles just amazingly well. And it's also pretty reasonably fast. It's not quite a Mamba, but close. So I would call it the Courier, the Imperial Courier of mediums. We're kind of taking some risk in not getting all the sinks back, but again, might as well. Shield should drop pretty soon. Back at 5 clicks, which is where I want it. I should have flown defensively there and boosted inside running, but I didn't, and that was honestly a mistake. I didn't pay for that mistake, but it was still a mistake. Sometimes you get lucky, you make mistakes, you just like acknowledge that you've made a mistake. Even if you got lucky, it doesn't change the fact that that's an error. That shield drop? No, shield's still up. Wow. Should drop any moment. Come on. Alright, shield's time. Let's get our pips on. Our weapon capacitor back. Let's go in. Slow down, but not too much. Good insertion, I think, so far. Oh, it started shooting at me. That was an early shot. Sinks, fire. It's a pretty decent insertion. I gotta get closer, I'm too far. Alright. We could have done this just with like one single rearm of ammo, but like we did waste some ammo here and there, so we'll have to like synthesize ammo at this point. But before ammo, always synthesize heat sinks before ammo. Ammo you can have most of the time in the world to synthesize heat sinks. If you don't have heat sinks, you die. So always prioritize heat sinks. Alright, slow down. Swarm is out. Don't get too far though. How am I doing on? Ooh, this is another mistake. I let this. Ooh, thankfully, that was another thing I got like miraculously saved by the storm for whatever reason flying away from me, but I could have gotten hit there for sure, easily. Why am I going so slow? Because flight assist is on. Alright. This is when you're trying to do too many things at the same time, you make mistakes. That's the one thing you gotta be wary about your cognitive load and not overcommitting, and that will make you make mistakes. It's got 1 heart left, Ansik, and I am out of ammo. And I'm out of ammo in the process. I'm recharged. And I just flacked myself 15% in the face. Thank goodness I didn't try to do this as a 100% run after I keep going and said let's do it anyway, because like that would have been truly anticlimactic. It does take a moment after it says weapon reloaded to the point where you can shoot, and I didn't wait that moment, so I kind of shot myself in the face. I did more damage to myself in this fight so far than the Hydra has done to me. That's kind of part of a funny thing. Greetings, Riker. How are you? Yeah, thanks, Gorpiter. Like, as I mentioned, this is a bit of a weird... I don't even know if I can call it a build. Can you call a ship that has absolutely no optional internals a build? Kinda, I guess. You kinda engineer the core internals, but still, it's a very funky definition of build. Alright, now we have to synthesize ammo again, which is annoying because guardian materials are annoying, but whatever. This is just the second sin with basic ammo, power, and fire, so it's pretty decent going as far as ammo efficiency is concerned. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Ooh, speed up, speed up, speed up. That was another mistake, but whatever. You still balling Hydras? Yes, I am. This Hydra is definitely getting bullied. Wow, ship with 0 internals. No repairs, no nothing. So this is a 2-hit and a flak in my face Hydra. Instead of a no-hit Hydra. 2-hit and flak in my face. No losses, no gain. Pulls you to war. You're the last live. Oh, kind of miss sag. Alright, shield is down. No more blue blips. Let me get some range. And then get ready for a little dance here. Alright, let's go. This is good, weapons are good, pips are good. It's kind of like switching to gas, coal, we're good, angle is good. Sinks. That was not a great insertion, but it's fine. We kind of fixed it in the second part. Keep shooting it because this is the last heart. Even though I'm crazy far range, might as well. Shield is up, so now it's really pointless. Alright, last swarm. How much flak do we have? We have 12 rounds. Might be enough, might not be enough. We'll see. Try and make it be enough. Alright, swarm is launching. We're sufficiently far. I don't need more sinks than this to finish the fight, so we're good. Oh, oh, quick, 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 quick. Go back, silent running. See if we can avoid getting. There we go. Go away. Come back. Come back. Hydra's way too far now. But got close enough to tap it. Alright. Stabilize direction here. This direction is good. Whack away. That was late. That was good. How much flak ammo do we have? We have 5 shots left. Come on, let's see where this thing is at. Should be enough. Just gotta get one good hit there. Yay, got it. Nice. Alright, now we just batter that shield down and we finish the fight. Assuming we don't screw up. Catch you later, Commander Sagon. Thanks for joining the stream. Good luck with your meeting. Yeah, this Hydra is probably pretty pissed. of space to maneuver here. Come on, that shield should really fall anytime soon. Using a med fixed beam essentially halves the time the shield is up, roughly. It's like the natural decay of the shield is 25 megawatt or 25 megajoules per second, which is what megawatts are. Alright, shield is down. Let's go finish this. For once. That was not very smart, but it's okay. Let's give it a boost again, otherwise we're gonna like drift completely out of range. The very last phase of a fight against the Hydra is not where you should be experimenting with boost orbiting, but whatever. Whatever. Hydra down, folks. Boom! One with like a better lighting. There you go. Screenshot. Maybe with a boost too. Oh, this is cool. Look at the extra frosting. I didn't notice that. Alright, cool. I think we're done here. 60 million bond. Oh, we got caustic ourselves, so we gotta... Oh, that was like crazy fast to get caustic. I'm out of heat sinks, by the way. I gotta get myself to like 150 heat here quickly. Alright, burned. Caustic burned. Off. And yes, I did a lot more damage to myself in this fight and after this fight than Hydra did to me. Thank you, Commander Riker. Thank you, Clock District. Thank you, Gurpita. Yep, I did not exactly do what I wanted to do, which was hitless Hydra. As I mentioned, I did a 2-hit Hydra, and plus a flak in my face to go with it, plus getting caustic at the end, so not exactly what I wanted to do. You never seen the Mandalay, Night Wraith? Well, the reason you never seen the Mandalay is because they just released it today. That is why you never seen the Mandalay. Mandalay is a medium explorer ship, which is really designed for combat, but it handles itself pretty decently. I mean, it's not the ultimate fighter, but it's a very capable fighter. Now I really want to do about 100% Hydra run. It's like, ugh. It's clear I'm so close. Why am I going there? I need to go back to my carrier. Like, what the hell? Where am I going? I'm not paying attention. Plasma burns bright, things getting warm. Cyclops ahead, they never learn. Thank you, Farrakhan. It is fun to fly. Mandalay is fun to fly, I have to say. I might give it another shot or two in the next couple of days to do that hitless Hydra run that I was originally going for, since I think this fight demonstrates I totally have it in me. I just have to not be an idiot next time around. That's all. And I have got it. But once I've done that, I think I will reconfigure this for like the Explorer or maybe as a bubble hopper. I'm not sure. As a bubble hopper, I actually generally like my Dolphin. But as an exploration ship, well, this really is designed from the ground up as an exploration ship, so that's what I should repurpose it for. Although now that I've engineered it for combat, maybe I will keep a Mandalay for combat. And maybe, I don't know, like if there's enough support from folks here, I will buy the premium edition of a Mandalay, which also gives me a nice ship kit to show you guys and use that as an exploration ship. We'll see. Bonk. Alright, 7,000 credits of repairs, 12,000 credits of restock, and some minor amount. A exploration ship, yeah. Have I scavenged anything on the ship I would want to bring back on other ships? I don't think so. I think I can put a bunch of proper modules on it for once. Well, I did scavenge the gimbal beam. This I may want to move back to. This is a fixed beam now. I have the gimbal beam on a crate, so no, this is fine. This is all good stuff. No, I think we're good. People who kind of were just looking, one thing you may not know or may not have noticed is this, quote, build, unquote, has no internals whatsoever. Zero. It's meant for a hitless Hydra run, so it doesn't matter what internals you put in. It was just meant to not take damage at all. And it did take a little damage, but very little. So yeah, I hope so too. Like, it would be fun if the Cobra handle simulated. Well done. Thank you, Julian D. Appreciate it. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you, Night Ray, for that too. Yeah, it was funny. Clock District, that the website to buy arcs kind of went down. It's kind of funny. Alright, folks. I think I did what I wanted to do with Mandalay. See if it has a role going forward, like for specific stuff. Give it some thought, but like this ship does particularly well as a solo fighter, and again, I don't know if it really is genuine competition against the Chieftain in that regard, but there's an argument to be made that it comes close just based on how well it flies. So yeah, time to jump the carrier back to the front lines of the war and resume our more important duties than just randomly hunting Hydras, as there is one more time to go. Corquillo at 120 system should be able to, like, park in pretty close to it. I wonder if there's space in this system. There is. Interesting. With all the people going after a Mandalay, I think they cleared out systems next to a Titan, which is nice. Still, carrier jump time is an hour, which means a lot of people jumping carriers all around, so this is cool. Alright, so we have a Mandalay as an AX ship in our hangar right now. And happy to take any questions from the stream. If there's anything I can answer for you in terms of, like, the experience with Mandalay. Keep in mind, I have 2 hours in the cockpit of Mandalay, right? I had an hour earlier today, and then I had an hour now dealing with Hydra, so I can't really claim myself an expert of flying it. But I have a few hours in the cockpit of other ships as well, so a comparison I think I can do. Whether the website going down is a sign of player interest or bad design on FDF part, probably a bit of both would be my answer on that. And yeah, it is a fun off-meta ship. Like, again, it may end up having some kind of role in the meta. I don't know yet. Like, because like the one thing this ship does particularly well is it flies amazingly well, while still having 4 medium and 2 small hardpoints, which is more than any small ship can muster. Like, small ships, if you're flying small ships that have this level of agility, I mean, your choices are the Courier, which only has 3 medium, 3 medium swords. And everything else is just worse than that. Right? The Vipers have 2 M2S. At least the Viper Mark III. And yeah, I mean, you don't get a lot of hard points on ships that are this agile. So what is unique of the ship is a combination of decent hard points and outstanding agility and pretty decent and reasonable speed. Like, combine those things, you get a pretty unique ship. I think it did a really good job balancing the ship, right, overall, you know. And you heard me, I don't mind being critical of front developments when I think they do silly things, like, for example, this whole power play thing I'm pretty critical of. But with a Mandalay, they did a fantastic job of balancing the ship. It's really, really, really well done. Like, I'm impressed, and I don't say that lightly. What do I theorize will happen when Kohio kicks the bucket? Well, there are some things I can tell you will happen, and then there are some things that I will theorize may or may not happen. What I can tell you will happen is we're going to throw the largest party the game has ever seen. We're starting to plan the thing already, although obviously we don't want to say CAD until we have it in the bag. We're starting to plan the largest party in the game to see how many people we can get into an instance. It will be a mess. It probably will crash badly for a lot of people, but hopefully it'll be also a lot of fun, and it'll be a cool experience and rewarding and just uplifting way to celebrate the closure of a major chapter in a game that has been running for a good part of our lives, to be honest. So I think that will be a good thing. Beyond that, it's really anybody's guess, right? My hunch is I don't think they will just ditch all the gameplay they've introduced with the Titan and the Titan mechanics overall. I think either we're going to see more Stargords coming, maybe in a different part, maybe we will take over Pleiades, who knows. Come and hit the AXI in its own home territory and turf. Or maybe Call 70 will open up and say, hey, these are the Targoids that invaded, the Titans that invaded. Now you can actually go and hit the ones that did not invade and stayed back. So move the war from a defensive phase to an offensive one. That would be a reasonable development. But I am completely speculating. I'm not speaking from any place of knowledge or actual data. So take it for what it is. You notice the Mandalay does not heat up as fast near the stars when scooping. Well, my experience has been mixed there, Recast. It's certainly not a dolphin, as far as how cold it can run, naturally. I would probably place it somewhere worse than the DBX. How much worse than the DBX, I don't know. But somewhere in between the DBX and mainstream ships like the Chieftain, somewhere in there is where I would place the ship. But we should also be able to kind of back into it, because we know how much this heat spikes on a weapon focus capacitor, so we should be able to guesstimate the heat capacity of a ship. So you know what, why don't we do just that for science? So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to dock and go and see if we can back into the heat capacity of the ship. Yeah, that's also a good point, Cook District. A lot of people have invested quite a bit of time in building ships that are capable of dealing with Titans, so telling them to just say, hey, scrap them, we're not going to do anything with Titans anymore, would be a bit of a missed opportunity, wouldn't it? Alright, so let's do this heat capacity test. So to do that, we're going to put 4 pips in WEP. We are going to start a heat sink, and then we're going to fire a weapon slowly without overdrawing. And we're going to see where we end up from a heat spike perspective. And based on that, I'm going to make some magical calculation, and with you guys, I'll bring a spreadsheet up, and we'll kind of back into where it realistically could be in terms of heat. So heat sink, 0, firing. I saw 16, 16, 17. 17. Oops. No, I double sync by mistake. So I'm just gonna let it. Well, double sync shouldn't change the spike. 16. 15. Alright, now these things are out. Why am I still at 0% heat? Oh, did I heat sink again? Yeah. Oh, what happened? Mob added. Oh, well, cool. But anyway, it was 15, 16, 17. I think we can call it 16%. So let's bring back up Oro's magical spreadsheet once more, which answers most all things anti-Xeno combat. So 17% we said. So if we were a clipper, we would be spiking at 13.9, but we could spike higher than that. If we were with 5A weapon focused distro, 1M, 1S, this is the number we need to look at. The one here, the 13.6 is the number I'm looking at. This number for the Mandalay is 16, as we saw from our just empirical test. So let us. This doesn't make any difference to spike. It shouldn't. So let's look not at the clipper but at the chieftain for reference. The chieftain is higher already, as expected. That's like spikes at 14.6. So the Mandalay is slightly worse than the chieftain in regards to heat capacity. Let's see the Mamba. The Mamba is notably worse, but that Mamba is way worse. So forget the Mamba. Like, this is Mamba is terrible in terms of heat spikes. Right? I don't know that. So forget the Mamba for a moment. Cobra Mark III is 18. Who else is a class 5? The Vulture is a class 5, probably true. That's it. The Vulture is probably the most similar one. This is 17%, 16, 17. So it's somewhere between the Vulture and they would say the Chieftain. Chieftain is a lot lower at 14.6. The Challenger and Crusader were out there. Challenger's even better. The Crusader. Crusader is the same as the Challenger. The Cobra Mark III. Cobra Mark III is 18. Try the Federal Gunship. That's much lower. Federal Dropship. Also much lower. So where was our friend the Vulture? Let's try the Crate Mark II. Crate Mark II is also a lot lower. Let's go back to the Vulture. So the Vulture is probably the closest. I mean, we saw 16 more than 17, so I kind of fair to say it's probably somewhat less than the Vulture. So it's like if we go to Etsy and we pull up the Vulture, it'll tell you what the heat capacity of a Vulture is somewhere here, 237, which should be, if the numbers are correct, less than say the Chieftain or something. This is like heat capacity of 237 is like the only thing that matters when it comes to heat spikes, given the particular weapon distributor on the other. How goes the research at the last land? I took down the Hydra I was playing with earlier, although I did take 2 hits from the Hydra and 1 hit from myself in the form of a flak cannon to my own face, which was a bit of a hilarious moment of a fight. So I'm just kind of like trying to reverse into like what the heat capacity of a Mandalay is. But as I mentioned, the Vulture has 237 and the spike is 17.4. There's a number that was probably close. I can't remember which one it was. Was it not the Clipper? Clipper was much lower. Was it the Chieftain proper? The Chieftain is 14.6. What's the Chieftain's heat capacity? Heat capacity 289. It's like quite a bit more on the Vulture, and that's why the heat spike on the Chief is less. So my hunch is the heat capacity of a Mandalay is somewhere between 237 and 289, so probably somewhere in the 250 range. So it is not a cold running ship by any means. Like if you look at like some of the numbers for some of the other ships, like that have really crazy heat capacities for their size. Take a DBX for example, where is it? I'm gonna explore. I mean, the heat capacity of a DBX is 351 for a ship that, like, you know, compare that to 289 of a Chieftain. That's a major difference. This is why a DBX runs so cold. The Dolphin is a bit special because I don't think heat capacity of a Dolphin is really the main thing that matters. It's its heat dissipation that is crazy. The heat capacity of a Dolphin is actually low, but the number which is crazy is this max heat dissipation of a Dolphin, which is 56, and that number is significantly higher than just about any other ship. So that's why, even though the heat capacity of a Dolphin is comparatively low, the dissipation of the Dolphin is crazy high. That's why you have the ability to charge your FSD while scooping and the like. Feels cooler in a DBX, really? When parked next to the sun? That's interesting. Maybe there is a heat dissipation factor to it as well, which again, with this little test that I just did with the heat spikes, it's possible to tell what the heat capacity of a ship is, but it tells you nothing about heat dissipation, like a natural heat dissipation of a ship. The natural heat dissipation of a ship you need to be essentially backing into based on the equilibrium heat level of the ship. Once you know what a given thermal load of a ship is, and I mean we could do that. I mean it's not a complicated calculation. Let me deploy hard points. So you can see from my fuel consumption, I am burning with my hardpoints deployed 1.76. Well, you can't see it because you have the screen in front of you, but let me take the screen off. And now you can't see it because you got Spotify in front of you. I gotta cancel Spotify for a second. But if you look here without Spotify, you see 1.76 tons of fuel being burned. Putting Spotify back on. And then again, I bring a Firebox back up. Here, I will create kind of like new spreadsheet if I manage. Blank spreadsheet. So we said 1.76. So the power grid in use is 1.76 divided 0.08. Don't ask me why, it's just what it is. So we have 22 megawatt of grid in use when hardpoints deployed. The next thing we need to know is what is our power plant efficiency, which is written somewhere in the module power plant down here. Power plant. So power armor power plant thermal spread has heat efficiency of 0.32. 0.32 is our heat efficiency of the power plant. You multiply one times the other and you get the thermal load of the ship. This is the thermal load that we're currently experiencing. And then you get into a complicated formula with regards to how minimum and maximum heat dissipation work, which has to do with what percentage of heat you're, because like the closer you are to 66%, the closer you get to maximum dissipation. At like 66%, you get max. I'll type it here. Like, I'm interested in this stuff, but like at 60% is like the max dissipation level, and then like I don't think there is a minimum dissipation level. I think it's 0. So the percentage of heat between 0 and 66% is like where the minimum to maximum heat dissipation kind of kicks in. And so, yeah, we could do some math with regards to what the dissipation level of a ship is, but let me see if I got unmob added, which I think I have. I'll close this for a moment. Hey Robert, we just killed a Hydra with Mandalay, so like we've done the we've done the AX Warrior part. Now we're doing the Spreadsheet Warrior behind the scenes, trying to kind of understand some of the stuff of the ship, which is not immediately obvious. So what were we doing? We're at 19% resting heat with that kind of thermal load. Now we've retracted hard points. I don't know. I need to do some additional math and study to kind of get a sense of like minimum and maximum heat dissipation of the ship. And maybe Taladen and Etsy will get its hands on that information before I do this. And he usually does, so I'm not particularly motivated to go and do that analysis since he can actually get the data without having to do the analysis and I can't. So I will let him figure this one out, to be honest. But I will eventually try the ship as an explorer and definitely let you know how I feel about it. Mandalay in the shipbuilder and 80 Odyssey material handler. Okay, but does it tell you what the heat capacity and minimum and maximum heat dissipation values are at Atlas Rand? Because I don't use that tool, so I don't know if it shows you that value like Etsy does. When do we get to hijack Fargoid ships? Well, about 30 years ago, in Frontier First Encounters, you can hijack a Fargoid ship. So if that's your thing, you can go back and play Frontier First Encounters, and if you play through the whole main storyline, at the end of a storyline, and now we're kind of spoiling it, but whatever, it's like a 30-year-old game, you get to hijack a Fargoid ship, sort of. They actually give it to you. You don't actually hijack it, but you get to fly it. Alright, so let's head back in. Carrier jump is still half an hour away to the main systems. Alright, folks, unless there are other questions about the Mandalay, I'm happy to answer any other questions you may have about the Mandalay. If you have any about my experience with the Mandalay so far, which is still pretty limited, but I'm taking a Hydra down with basic ammo and with no optional internal, so I've done something with it, I guess, at this point. Get rid of some of these tackles. So looks good. Alright folks, thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate your support, and especially thank you to green names like Atlas Rand Gaming, who are members and subscribe to the only tier that exists, which is Glory to Mankind, which for the hope for a reasonable price of less than $3 a month supports small-time content creator that creates content pretty exclusively for Elite Dangerous, while also giving you absolutely no benefits whatsoever except for having a green name in the chat and a nice Meccan icon next to your name as a thank you. So thank you for your support, thanks for joining the stream, and glory to Mankind. Chrono Meccan over and out.